Hey, what's going on, YouTube and everybody else? This is Willie Smith back again with One Man's Opinion. Today is August 25th, 2018. I'm looking to speak about is a young lady in Houston, Texas, security guard that happened to see a police officer in some type of altercation where he's struggling with a suspect, a individual. I'm not certain of what exactly reason he has this person and is trying to arrest him. That hasn't been yet stated by the media or anything like that. Um, right now, there's outrage and uproar because the woman chose to film, as there were other people that filmed as well, instead of assisting the officer. Although he said to assist, or he asked for help rather. Now, I'm gonna go over a few personal feelings and thoughts, and wherever people come out, however they feel, that's on them. That's it's a personal issue. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. This is mine. Um, for starters, like I said, we don't know what reason. First of all, well, they say it was a 17-year-old young man or boy. We don't know the reason that this police officer is trying to subdue this young man. That's the first issue. Okay, he could be, trying to subdue someone that he has no business actually trying to arrest. That's the first question that nobody's considering. Everybody's taking it that, oh, it's a white man arresting a black man. The police are always right. That's the first problem. So we don't know that. We can't say. All right. That's the first issue. Truth be told. She was there. So, what I'm saying? Whatever was going on may have been something that bothered her conscience or her personal morals, or that broke a code of her personal ethics. No one can say, because we haven't heard from her, and we don't know exactly why the police were trying to arrest this young man. So, throw that into the pot, because that literally is part of that's something that's very important to the situation at hand. Another thing is this. Okay, you're a police officer. This man was a police officer trying to subdue another man. Okay, man to man. A woman should not enter a man's fight. Period. I don't care who it is. Now, there may be some women that will, but there are some women that understand they do not contain the strength of the average man. Okay, I ain't talking about bodybuilders and all that stuff, and extra strong women with extra testosterone. But I'm just saying, your average woman does not have the same strength as the average man. Okay, truth be told, she's fired by her security company. But I'm security. I'm at work right now. You know what I'm saying? This is the way I'm able to dress in, being security. I'm security of a residential building. So, I basically, observe and report. That's it. That's my job. Literally. Um, but at the same time, her being security, she may have seen, okay, this is one man struggling with another man, okay, or male, a young boy. Okay, what can I do? How can I help this situation physically, in a physical sense? You know, I mean, what is she supposed to do, or what can she say to make, to help this police officer? I mean, I do understand she very well could have called, the police, 911 to help him with backup and all that. But, I mean, the thing is this. You the police, you supposed to be waiting for backup. Like I said, no one has said what this young man has did and why he's being subdued. I really feel That's important to the situation. Why is this arrest happening in the first place for this situation as far as this young lady to be recorded? I mean, for her, that she ended up recording. She may have felt that there was something that was incorrect or improper about the arrest. I'm not certain. I can't say. I can't tell you what went on. But at the same time, look at the police culture towards the black community. See, a lot of people aren't seeing that. White people and, certain black people that, are not objective or submissive, they're dismissive to, especially, to the poor black community, how the police treat and mistreat them. People don't understand that mindset. So, yes, it's very much fuck the police. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people have that dynamic. So, it definitely, seeps into other areas of life. You know what I'm saying? Take, for instance, a pedophile. They may have served their time and went to prison and got out and been 10 years on the straight and narrow. But when you think about a pedophile, they're still a pedophile. That's something negative to you, to your character, to your morale, to your thought pattern. Police, to many black people, many black people, and I'm starting to see they're becoming negative to other races of people, but especially black people. They have a bad culture, a bad vibe. They have a very bad rapport and reputation within the black community. They have never tried to fix it. Okay? Police unions don't try to fix it. Mayors don't try to fix it. Aldermen don't try to fix it. So it continues. It remains. It keeps going. So, hey, this police officer may have been well within his rights to arrest this young man. And he may not have been able to subdue him. And this woman that's a security officer, may have felt like, why should I help this police officer? Because of certain things that may have happened in her past or to her family that were unjust. And there's so many things that get swept under the rug that for the things we hear and see about and come to know and understand, there's 100,000 more things. Think of how big this nation is. Okay, think of how many towns, parishes, counties, think of how many areas have police, law enforcement, sheriffs, etc. Think of how many of them do things that they aren't supposed to, especially in black urban areas. Not upscale black areas, but black urban or poor communities. And how often they get away with these things. Okay, nobody thinks about the disdain and mistrust that exists. No one's putting that into effect because everybody's saying, oh, you should want to help the police. Not when you see them as your enemy. The police don't want to fix that. They haven't tried to. So, okay, when public opinion becomes, okay, well, I don't want to help the police. You should help the police because they're there when you need them. For what? A bullet in my head? Let me tell you a story. Not too long ago, I worked 2 buildings. A few months ago, my cousin, who's also works for the same people, he also lives in the other building though. He came down, we're chatting. It's early late rather. It's 2 a.m. on like a Sunday morning. And me, myself, I don't like interacting at all with the police. If I can avoid them at all costs, I will. What happened was they pulled up. So, the way our windows are set up, we can see, the lights and everything. And so my cousin like, oh, the police just pulled up. I'm like, oh, okay. I was about to go in the back office. So, okay, well, where my desk is out in the other building, it's in, view of the front door. So that I wouldn't have to deal with the police. I was going to go in the back office. What ended up happening was this. My cousin ended up opening the door. Like I said, I wasn't going to. But he has a right as a resident as well. So the police come in. At first it's three of them. And so I said, can I help you, officers? They ain't say nothing. They doing the rubbernecking and looking around and goosenecking and can I help you, officers? They still not saying nothing. Absolutely nothing. Silent, like mimes. And they still rubbernecking, goosenecking. I say, okay, look, if y'all gonna be in the building, y'all have to sign in, you know. So then one officer, by then it was probably about 4 or 5 more officers that had came in. So the lobby was getting pretty full. We started off with 3. It was about 4 or 5 that then came in behind those 3. So we're up to like 7, 8 officers in my lobby. So at that point, one of them says to me, do you have an apartment 1A? I said, no, we don't. He said, well, do you have an apartment A1? I said, no, we don't. I said, all of our residential apartments are from the 2nd to 6th floor. This is the ground level or the lobby or, first level. And there are no residential apartments on this level. So I let him know that. You know what I'm saying? I said, if there's anybody that you need to talk to, all residential apartments are from the 2nd to 6th floor. So my cousin, wanted to be helpful. He said, what did he tell them? He said, what's the name of the tenant you're looking for? We might know who it is because that's not an apartment. So they gave a name, Terrell something. And we looking at each other like we don't know anybody by that name here. He said they may be across the way. The building I'm at now is is a parking lot that's in between. So, he wanted to be nosy. So he, followed them filing out. They came over here. The young lady that was working, she didn't let him in at all. She didn't let him in because no one had called from this building. So, I asked her about it later, and she was like, she didn't let him in at all. And they ended up leaving. Apparently, it was a prank call, And so it was very frustrating, to me. I'm trying to talk to these officers in the beginning and help them, and they're absolutely ignoring me. Now, that is my job, to try and, to make sure that I regulate everything that goes on in the building. Like, okay, I have to absolutely run things. Of course, things are going to run on their own, but if need be, I have to intervene. That's my job. I know although it's minimal, it's still my job, and I understand it. But really, I don't like interacting with the police. I will not if I don't have to. Because of situations like that, I have past situations as well, I have a great disdain for the police as well. But I am in support of this woman, because her actions didn't hurt anyone. She didn't do anything. She didn't steal anything. Even though I see in Texas law, they're saying, oh, if an officer asks for help and you don't, you can be prosecuted. I think that's, I don't know if that's a statute or I'm not sure what it is. I think it's wrong. I do believe that because a police officer could be telling you to do something bogus or wrong. And that means that if they say that they right, but you see they doing wrong and they tell you to join in with them and you don't, you can go to jail. But that's in Texas. I'm in Illinois. I don't like that. I think personally that probably should be some law that should be taken away. I'm sure that, there may be more to be said and understood. We'll get, I'm sure, further news in the coming weeks. But I disagree. I hope this this woman is able to support herself or her family or whatever. I hope that the grace of God is with her. Um, I also hope that she sues the company that she's with, depending on if she, effectively can. Because, she was fired, but at the same time, I don't know Texas law on exactly what it is it's supposed to do. Here in Illinois, I have been through security training. Now, this is not an official security. This is residential. So this is just like a private building that employs me personally. That's it. So, I'm not, even though I do work security, by definition, I'm a courtesy officer. The reason I'm a courtesy officer is legal reasons. If you call me a security officer, I have to go through security training. Blah, 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 woo, 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 etc. That being the case, like I said, I don't know how that is. But when I went through, because I have went through official security training and got a perk card, and they told us in class, your only job is to observe and report. Who you report to varies, of course, by situation. But observe and report. Because it said that most companies don't want you going out there playing rent-a-cop or real-life cop getting hurt. So they say if there's something that somebody's stolen or something, aside from you seeing, not like the police, but if you seen a citizen, actually being physically, beat down or something like that, of course you can intervene. But here's the thing. This is a female. Why is the world forgetting? Like, what was she supposed to do to help? I know they didn't physically want her to get down there and try and fight. So how was she supposed to help? She was supposed to call 911. Maybe she has an issue with calling 911. I know I do. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. This is Willie Smith, One Man's Opinion, signing off.